are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do the happy birthday?
Sure. Why not?
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you.
And many.
You guys got to do it again. Ben didn't sing it. You have to do it all over again.
It was like a rap album.
It was a fucking remix.
Featuring Ben.
Oh, it's spoken word.
It's the Nerdy Playbook remix.
It was a fucking remix. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Now let's just not die. Like
Um,
Yeah, Angel, we all got you a gift. We went together to get it. We got it real cheap on sale.
Oh.
It was 2 for 1.
Thanks,
really.
I love it. It really suits you. Reminds me of you a lot.
It was real nice. I got it on sale.
buy one, get one free. All right. Last you left.
Sorry.
Set the
Don't worry.
alarm that it's my birthday. Okay, we're done. We're done. I'll stop.
All right. Last we left off, the team made their way to the Hell Realm itself. Not immediately, but eventually found themselves going through a village, and village found you to be a problem. They contacted somebody, and immediately a knight decided to start hunting you down. Through all that, eventually a hag showed herself up, dispersed the night away, and gave you options of what to do. You guys decided to say that you're going to go approach the king and the queen. They go see what to do from there. A contract was made. Through a lot of disputes of ifs, ands, and buts, the contract disputed that your contract, Manon, will be returned if within 1 week you kill Zenza. You're allowed to keep the orb, but you have to return the contract, and it has to still be in its current state, undamaged and still usable within 1 week. Within that, you head out. Technically, you head out to the hag, but before we did that, there was something I forgot. So the king and the queen themselves offer up one of their warriors to help you guide your way through this, as none of you are familiar with the Hell Realm, and they want to make sure that only is the contract honored, but they want to make sure that they want to throw in their own investment to make sure it's going through. The queen first gestures to her left. This is Marina. She is my cleric. She is my warrior. She is my shield. As you see this strong-armed, fully armored, out of like this gold mithril mail, hill dwarf with this large warhammer that, even for like a giant, seems quite robust. To the king, he gestures to his right, and you see what looks like a demon without a tail. Long, beautiful, decadent robes. Very fancy. Small horns, but very reddish of skin. Merely gestures to him. This is Ian. This is my right hand. This is my guard. This is my mage. And this is my consult when is necessary. He can bring you magic where it is necessary. I want everybody who is interested in this to give me insight check on the two to see what you can discern of these two warriors.
That is a 3 for a 2.
Burn it now.
3 for a 3.
24.
24.
Ah.
Working class 20.
Nice.
18.
Okay. So for the 20s or higher, you first look at Marina. Marina is pretty straightforward. She's a cleric, but you assume that she's not going to be there to heal you. She's there to swing, hit hard, and if you decide to fall, it is not her job to revive you. She is there to guide you, and if you get lost, sucks to be you. But she will do the job of beating the shit out of whoever you fight. Ian, on the other hand, looks relatively innocent for being the right hand of a king devil. For the people who got 20 or higher, you can definitely tell he was not born a demon. This was probably cursed upon him, hence the no tail. He is a wizard by nature, but you assume he's not a wizard that practices damaging spells as a regular. To the comparison to his other half, he's going to be not there to damage things for you, but he's going to be there to support you. If you fall, he'll pick you up. If you need healing, he is there for you. If you need answers, he will provide. As they just look at you, the king speaks. But we must keep one here. We'll offer one, choose one, and they will be with you until you retrieve the contract, kill Zenza, and return.
Roneen just crosses her arms, looks back and forth between them. So, who wants to go on an adventure?
They just stand there
Doesn't
stoically.
seem like we have much of a choice.
Seems like neither one of them wants to go.
Have either of you been at a castle before?
Marina looks. I go where my queen needs me, which is oftentimes out of the castle. You look over at Ian, he looks. I go where knowledge needs to be learned that the king is unaware of.
So you're used to being in hiding?
I mean, I don't actively try to be stealthy, no, but I don't actively look for combat. I research the ancient tombs. I am... You would not have the knowledge to do what you're going to be doing without my foresight to be granted the king as of 2 months ago. Let's leave it like that.
I'm gonna look at the group. I think we should go with the knowledge guy.
That is something we lack in this realm.
Manon looks disinterested in the whole thing.
The king just looks. So, Ian it is.
I'll glance
Alright.
over.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
The king just
Welcome
looks
to
at
the
you.
team.
King just looks at you.
It is
Words for
Monday.
those that are not strong enough to compare. Ian, you can join the group.
Congratulations, Ian has joined your party.
You made a friend.
Of course, though, he's going to be completely underpowered
Is it a-
versus if we were going to fight him.
Is it a friend or is it a spy? No kidding.
I mean,
Yes.
I will say for the people that got the
Yes.
20 or higher in insight, added to the insight you have, Ian, out of the two of them, is definitely the one that's not going to try to do anything actively to harm this equation or harm you, whether it is lying or doing things specifically against you, even if it is for his own king's cause.
Okay.
But he has no armor. He does seem like he has a very enchanted staff. And he does seem to have some kind of like really iridescent beads that he has kind of wrapped around like his left arm about 3 times they're just hanging on. That looks like they constantly glow with the luminescence of whatever area is in. Right now inside the castle, there's a lot of oranges and reds, so it is matching the color. but you have no idea what it does. But those look like it's the 2 items that he solely has, whether it's for amplifying his abilities or if he has to go into combat, it will help him.
And DM to player, this is in addition to having the one soldier, right, come with us?
Yeah, so the knight will come with you, but remember, he will not actually fight for you. But if there is somebody there that is hindering your progress, that the king finds is problematic, he will at least throw in a couple swings, but he will not fight for you.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
So we'll resume. You guys head over. You find, can't remember. You find Lucia. You guys head inside of her Raven's tent. She mentions to you that whenever you're ready, she can teleport all of you, along with the hut, over to the edge of Zenza's domain.
Oh, and we were supposed to remember what we wanted her to give us.
Correct.
She
is treating this also as... So we're going to kind of go more in depth of where I left it off. She looks at you. She kind of drops this board down between you. She kind of lays on this blanket on top of it, puts down these gold shears, puts down like this small rusty magnifying glass, and she puts down what looks like kind of like really, really like bronzed out hedge cutters. She has some stuff behind her, but none of them look like legitimate weapons of any kind for combat. So, anything can provide, I will. Also, if you're able to find the heads of the 4 that I have mentioned to you, and you bring them back to me before Zenza's death, I can provide you with help using their abilities. Preferably that you don't damage the head too much. So, she just shows the 3 items in front of her. If any of you want either of them, no charge.
Is the needle still in front of us?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, the sewing needle as well. Yep.
Oh.
What do they do again?
Well,
Don't think that's part of the deal.
you'll have to
And again,
take it with you and try it out. I will guarantee you that they will not hinder your progress.
are you willing to answer any more questions?
I will answer what I can.
You told us that Zenza's realm is water?
Her domain within this realm has been modified to colder liquids, yes. She has taken from other realms and twisted ours with them. A lot of
Do you
her
know if
areas...
she's working
Go ahead.
for anyone else or anything else from somewhere else?
Well, that
Perhaps
is
from Nawaka.
a fantastic question. We have heard that she has gained much power from something else. She was not born a demon. She was not born a devil. So she abandoned our great Lord's gifts. The only way she has the strength that she has now is by getting it from somebody else or something else. So I cannot give you a exact of who or what she's gaining her power from, or if she even serves them, but she has definitely get it from somewhere or something.
I look around at everybody kind of nervous. Does the name Remus mean anything to you?
You say this out loud?
Yes.
She squints her eyes at you. She looks at you up and down. Such an old name for one so young. How does that name cross your path?
Our path has been going some strange places. As you can tell by our being here.
Well, then you will hit familiar spots. We do believe that a lot of things that are happening in our realm that she has corrupted are due to this Remus creature's, let's say, manipulation.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
The old god
thank you.
Remus is messing with my lord's realm.
Any idea why?
Why does any dark god do what they do? Probably more power. There's an abundance of it here. And unlike the realms that you come from, where most likely the right of whoever runs is given down by birth or right or whatever is be, the right to this realm goes to the one who is the most powerful. All someone needs to do is just exceed my lord's power, and the realm's leadership goes to them.
Roneen's contemplating.
Yeah.
Roneen is contemplating.
Roneen
Yep,
is typing.
Yeah. I thank you for that information. It is very interesting.
Like I said, I am a wealth of info, and if I can give it to you, I will.
So you said there's the needle, they're like shears or clippers or
Golden
something?
shears.
Mhm.
There is the bronzed out hedge cutter, and there is the rusted out magnifying glass.
She said this will aid us.
She says it will aid you, but she will not provide the information on how it will aid you. She just guarantees that it will not hinder you.
I just pick up the magnifying glass and kind of turn it and look through it. Does anything look weird through it?
As you like twist and you turn it, you can see it's almost like a detective magic as you look through it, and you can start actually almost immediately cast and identify like on all the objects within her hut.
Huh? Well, that's useful. I am going to slip that in my pocket.
Okay.
I will take the shears. And I'll do the same thing. I'll kind of look at them.
Okay.
Do the snip, snip, snip
I'd like
with
to
them.
take the needle.
Okay. You snip with them. Are you just open up and closing them? Okay. Nothing happens. You take the
Can
needle.
I prick my finger with the needle?
Okay. You prick your finger. I mean, it hurts. But you were able to prick it. You pull it back. The needle looks like it actually like drains the blood, almost like an actual vial.
Bjorn, you should be careful with that. I have a feeling it's like the one we saw at that party long ago.
Maybe it can help us drain whoever gets in our way. Or we find something that perhaps we can weaponize its blood. Also a good tactic, but I think you're right, Nova. No more pricking, I promise. At least myself.
Nova, do you know what these do? And I'm gonna again, as I clip them back and forth.
I look at the shears through the magnifying glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see that they're magical. You can now tell that, like, with the magnifying glass, if you want to identify once you leave her hut, it will cost you. But while you're in here, it is free. As you do look at it through the shears, it looks like the shears themselves have the ability to cut any non-magical lock.
Cool.
So
It
they're
looks like
bolt
they still have the
clippers.
ability
I
to.
relay that information.
Yep, it looks like there's still the ability to cut a magical lock, but there's also the process that the shears could break.
Do me. And I will walk up to Roneen with the needle.
Okay. The needle itself can only take one person's of blood at a time. Once the person gives out enough to actually fill up the needle as a vial, it actually turns the color of their blood. So theoretically, crimson as far as Bjorn's concerned. With that, they're allowed to use the needle as an actual signature. Whatever that actual signature gets used on, they can control the properties of it, as long as the blood stays on it.
So if I sign a contract, or like, player to DM, so if I sign something with the blood, I control the property of the thing I signed?
You control the properties that it already has. So if you go to a door that's magically locked and it's locked by someone else that's using a spell on it, you can sign it, and then you can just write unlock, and it'll unlock for you. If you go up to a weapon that is attuned to you and it does lightning damage, but you want to do cold damage, you could write it on the blade cold, and it will change its property to cold. But the ink will only work once. So once you start using it against something else, the previous one will disappear.
Interrogation tool. What? No? What? Huh?
The person's
falls
blood is
asleep
the
at the
only
party.
person that can control the property then. So if you write unlock, you're the one who can physically open up the door.
Okay.
It has to be used on, let me look at it. Can only be used on inanimate objects. And the spell level for the needle is 4. So anything that exceeds 4th level spell, it cannot operate. It cannot manipulate its properties. Anybody take the hedge blade?
I'll go look at it.
Okay. Compared to hedge cutters, this is only one side. It's only one end, and you can even see the bolt the screw that actually held two of them together is actually missing, and there's a bit of rust on it. But the rest of it is pretty bronzed out. It seems incredibly sharp. If you just tap it a little bit, you immediately cut yourself. Worse than a paper cut. It is incredibly sharp.
I'll turn to Roneen and just hold it up.
Encyclopedia Roneen.
Thank you, Sherlock Seal.
But I'm bummed. All right, and I'm of course relaying what I learned.
This specific item can break through any nature walls, any kind of hedges that block your way, any kind of nature that creates vines that block your path. It can cut through anything that the nature can provide for that can block your path.
Including people?
If they're made out of a property that nature is considered. So your group is not.
People are natural.
But if it was a fungal creature, that's different. Like this is specific to plants, vines, trees, that kind of thing.
Who has... Oh, Roneen probably has Bob, right?
I have Bob, yes. Do you want Bob? You're welcome to carry him for a bit.
You can put it in Bob. No, I don't want Bob.
Right. Bob, would you be willing to hold this for a bit?
Just stretches out his mouth. Ah!
Thank you.
Ah! Ah! What the hell was that?
You all right? Is that okay in there?
I think I'm fine. It's a little
sure?
sharper than I'm used to.
Well, if it's a problem, let me know and we'll take it out.
I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be
All
fine.
right. Speak up.
You might want to take it out. I think it might be cutting his insides.
Is it hurting you?
It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Take it back. Let him make his own decisions.
It's sharper than most objects I've dealt with, and I think it's a little bit to get used to. Yeah, it's fine. You kind of see like his tummy rumble a little bit as he shakes it. All good.
You're very brave, Bob, and I feed him a bit of dried meat.
Yay. He just immediately just numbs on it.
Are we ready then?
Does anyone need a rest?
Before we go, I don't remember what her name is. Sorry, the
Lucia?
Lucia. Lucia, do you have some kind of container or bag that could conceal the orb once we have it?
I mean, that depends on the properties of the orb. The orb itself is beyond my, let's say, area of expertise of what I know about it. So I could give you a bag, but I cannot guarantee it'll work.
Do you have a bag that would cause that it need to be attuned to a single person and to actually open?
I mean, yeah, I got those.
Would you mind?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all you need.
Providing one for me?
Not for free.
Okay, well, how much would you like for it?
If you want a simple bag that you want to call your own and theoretically could handle the properties of a high magical object, she goes through and she kind of like opens up like this double door and she kind of pulls down this large rack that just has like a bunch of dried bags hanging from it. And she kind of like brings like a sack down that's just held by like 2 ropes. Just drops it on the table. 200 gold pieces.
Okay. She doesn't even think. Like, she just gives you gold.
Okay, she takes it. She slides it. Now, this is... I'm assuming it's going to work, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. But for a higher property bag of holding, it's going to only be able to hold one thing at a time. So if you want to put the orb in there, I would prepare you to have the bag empty at the time.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
She kind of opens it up, much like a bunch of dice bags that can open up so much they can lay flat. It's like the same thing. Theoretically, this thing can hold an item that's roughly about 6 feet in width, because that's how big the bag is when it opens up, and then just the bag just kind of like swallows it. Closed.
Thank you.
No, thank you. She just slides the bag in front of you. Well, if you would like to get some rest, you're more than welcome to. It's not a quick trip for me just to bamf us over to the other side of the Hell Realm. So she just kind of like pulls this rope that looks like a rope's like, do not pull this rope. And then she just immediately pulls it down and like this attic just appears out of nowhere. And then she just kind of like gestures you up. Room's upstairs. Feel free to get some shut-eye. Probably take us about a good 6-7 hours for us to reach over into her domain. I gotta kind of make some side tours to make sure she doesn't know we're coming. So, unless you want me to go anywhere in between, get some shut-eye. And I'll see you once we get there.
Take some
I just
rest.
climb up.
Okay.
You good? And I'll
I go
follow
up to
Manon.
What'd you say? Sorry, I didn't know if you were talking to me or not.
Azalia is gonna follow Manon.
She just said she's going to follow you.
Follow you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought you said something before that.
I just said I go up behind you.
Do the rest of you all go
I'd
upstairs?
follow.
Okay.
Yes. I'd
Yeah, I'll
follow.
follow.
Ian does eventually wait for you
Follow,
guys to
yeah.
go up, and then he does follow in suit. Ian himself is a very lengthy man. He is roughly about 6'6", but he is probably 180 wet. A lot of his clothing actually gives off to a lot of his weight as he has several layers on. He immediately goes up. Before we get some rest, I want to do proper introductions so we can kind of clear the air.
You're Ian. Hello.
Pleasure, Ian.
Hi, I'm Azalia.
Pleasure, Ian.
Oh, Roneen.
Pleasure,
I see.
Ian.
Bjorn.
Pleasure, Ian.
Alistair.
Pleasure, Ian.
Are you gonna do that for all of us?
Do what?
Your name?
It's only proper.
He's polite.
It is, but you don't have to. It's okay. You're with. I guess we're your team now.
He just knocks on the wall a few times. Okay, thanks.
What was that?
Don't worry about it. Just a little tick I got.
I'm a little worried. I'll be honest. Just
It's nothing. It's nothing.
I was gonna insight check him.
Okay.
Yeah, did out of that.
19.
Let's see.
I kind of want to also.
I got a 9. Sheldon's fine.
It was a 22.
Okay. For Nova and Manon, he's incredibly autistic.
Ian.
He's incredibly autistic. Everything about him screams proper, in order. The way he's wearing his clothes has to be clean, has to be pressed, has to lay a very specific way. The way he's holding his staff has to be done first. Even when he lays it down on like a cot, he places it down in perfect parallel to the bed itself. He takes off like his third like overdrape, and he kind of folds it into a perfect square, and he kind of like neatly just kind of sets it down. And then even as he lays in bed, he kind of like gets down on like kind of like on his hips, and he kind of just slides himself flat. He just starts kind of like whispering himself like some incantations. He's not actually casting a spell, but just it's like his way of falling asleep.
Name's Manon.
Pleasure, Ian.
Nova.
Pleasure, Ian.
Are you cursed, Ian?
Yes, I guess.
What's the curse, if you don't mind me asking?
I was gonna say, did you do something to be
I mean,
cursed?
Just he kind of like repositions himself. He sits up, he stands, kind of leans up against the wall, kind of like bends down as this is an attic, so he can't like stand up all the way. I wasn't born this way. Made an unfortunate deal, and this is my payment.
To the king? Or somebody else?
I mean, the king is the one that has my contract. The devil who
You've never seen
originally made my
anyone-
pact with is far past dead.
You ever seen anyone
Oof.
get out of
So the
contract
contract
with the king?
continues after the death.
I mean, I've seen people buy their way out of contracts. I've seen people, swindle their way out with some sly words. And sometimes with proper, let's say, people that truly impress my king usually win enough favor that he finds humor more entertaining than half the contracts that are in his possession. But for someone as simple as I, before I became in his service, I gotta say, out of all the demons and devils that are in this realm, I should at least be pseudo thankful to be in their service, because then I at least get to live what these demons call a good life. It's not necessarily
What deal
for me.
did you make?
I lost someone very dear to me, and I thought I could bring him back, and I was promised he would come back, but at that time I was not with the intelligence that I have, or near the wisdom that I have now. And let's say words got twisted and promises were not understood. My love did not get returned back to me, and I got an eternity of service in a body that I do not understand for a promise that I gained 0 out of.
Sounds about right. I just lay down on one of the beds. I just like turn away to the wall.
Hard luck. How many beds are there? Like, are there enough for all of us?
There's about like 20 beds themselves, 10 on each side of the wall.
Okay, then yes.
This whole attic is nothing but just flat mattresses with a little bit of a frame underneath them. And like with the attic steps, it separates like between the split, and the other side has a full set of 10. They're pretty close to each other, maybe just only given enough for like a small nightstand that can be shared between each bed. But there is enough on there for everyone to have like essentially a full-size bed to them. Anybody who's about his height, or anybody who, you know, for you that have wings or exceed 6 feet, your feet are going to be dangling, your wings are going to be hanging off the bed.
I'm gonna go to the bed farthest away from Manon.
I'm just gonna pick the nearest one to me, curl up with I'm actually going to pop Biscuit back into otter form and curl up with her, and nap time.
Is there a window at all? Or no?
There's no actual windows. This is like not a real like place, but it does look like the way that since the whole place is basically made out of raven feathers, it looks like you can essentially kind of like move some of the wall out of the way like a shade, and you can see outside. But then you're kind of exposing yourself to whatever's outside the hut.
Yeah.
But you can.
Okay. I'm just gonna find a bed, but I'm not going to go to sleep yet. I'm not going to trance yet.
Okay.
I was going to pull out my journal, and can I see, once everyone is resting, can I see if it's still connected to the rest of my tribe, like to my little thing where actually my tattoos start to glow and everything, and see
nothing's changed. Yeah, you're still connected. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm going to find a piece of paper or a page in the book, and that's empty, and I'm going to say, I found it. I found the orb. It's not in my possession yet, but I will get it.
Sure.
And I will write down which devil has it.
Okay.
And say it was here all this time. It was with her all this time. And wait for an answer before I go to bed.
Okay. All right. It takes a little bit of time. While you're doing that, while you guys all start laying down, it seems like Ian gets a little kind of restless. He kind of gets up. He kind of messes with his beads a little bit. He goes by the attic and he makes sure the attic door is shut. And he starts taking his finger, and it glows with a bit of crimson and white. And he kind of starts drawing and edging on the attic. It's the attic door itself. He starts making like a circle with some infernal lettering on there. For those that...
I'm still awake, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I ask, what are you doing?
There's not too many people I trust in here. I'm pretty much making sure this door can't open without her permission.
Okay. Can you translate it for me?
He just kind of starts going like different letters, and you can tell that he's actually pronouncing arcane lock.
That's a good idea. Thank you. I wait until
If he looks,
lays
I'm-
back down.
I'm laying in bed awake watching him with a hand on the hilt of my sword, but I don't say anything.
Okay.
You said the spot's made of raven feathers?
The whole hut's made of raven feathers, at least on the outside. The inside itself is like wood and metal and stuff like that. But this whole area is a summoned, basically magnificent mansion, but it's comprised of a bunch of magical ravens that she summons all together to summon it.
So even Bjorn's a little freaked out about the raven feathers. Is there any way to pick some of them? Or I know you said we can move them like a shade. I don't want to do that, but can I grab some individual feathers, or
yeah.
are they magically all attached together?
Yeah, I mean, you can take a few. Doesn't seem like you're actually pulling it from a raven or anything like that. They're just kind of like laying there like leaves to create like this kind of fort, kind of like that.
Okay, I will specifically take 5 and tuck those away in a pouch, and I'm going to take a few more and start using them to fletch my arrows.
Okay, got it.
And hum a sad little sea shanty and sit on a bed and eyeball Ian.
Okay. Ian just kind of, he doesn't look at anybody, but after he can kind of like sense that, like, you know, rightfully so, nobody trusts him yet. So he doesn't look at anybody, but kind of has like that uncomfortable kind of like side look. And he just kind of shoulders to his side, and he goes back to the bed, and he takes off his second wrap over him, and he kind of folds it into a square. He lays down. Well, good night. And then he just lays down, and he goes to sleep pretty quickly. After about like 10 minutes, Nova, your runes, your tattoos start to glow in a way they haven't done in some time.
Okay. And I open the book. I'm sure it's kind of glowing, so I'm keeping it close to me with my cloak as much as possible over. So just to hide the color, like the actual glow too much, because I don't want to wake anyone up.
You don't get necessarily words. You get a vision.
Okay.
It's very jumbled, but you get sent a vision of the last time the orb was actually within your tribe's possession. You see a couple of two. A man and a woman. Woman, elvish of nature. Maybe your tribe, but she definitely has more of a forest elf of coloration. And you see a man, if he is from the Feywild, he's maybe from one of the more aquatic tribes, as he does definitely look like he has finned ears and bluish of skin. It definitely shows that they are bonded together, whether that is physical marriage or something else. You see a group of 6-7 warriors, mostly tiefling or demon of some kind, unable to discern. They kill a lot of people to get in their way, and they essentially kidnap this woman in response. It seems like the sea elf took a job for your tribe to go retrieve it back, and that's all you get out of the vision.
I write in the book, what is her name?
her up. Hang on a second. I gotta remember her name. Celia. Celia. You also get the male's name also too.
Okay. What's that name?
Aldulo. Aldulo.
Does that sound familiar at all from any like?
The
things
male
I've
actually
learned?
sounds familiar to you.
Okay.
There, a long time ago before you were born, the aquatic tribes and the essentially at that time called the sand tribes, which is your tribe, used to actually be bonded. Every several generations, they would have a couple get married, so that way they could keep the line constantly going. But in doing so, they always had a job to protect something. You only know about him as he was the protector of the orb. And he was... The last time people saw him was going to retrieve the orb.
Do I get a sense from this vision that one of them betrayed?
No, it
tribe?
doesn't seem like the
Or
vision
is
is
it-
showing necessarily betrayal, but it's trying to give you insight that maybe if you find out information of these two, it will help give you more information about the orb.
Okay. And then I just write thank you, and I'll be in touch. And
Okay.
I close it.
And your tattoos stop giving it this enhanced luminescence. Anybody else before they hit their long rest?
I'm gonna feed Klaus some pages of the book, and then I'm gonna start him on training and teach him to stay. And we're gonna begin that tonight.
Okay. All right. Give me an animal handling check.
Session one of Dragon Daycare.
14.
14. It is definitely early puppy stages. He really wants that paper, and he will only follow the commands of stay as long as he knows he'll get some paper afterwards. He at least understands the command. Whether or not he will obey it without the paper is not quite clear yet, but he at least understands how to stay.
It's only day one. We'll get there. And then I'll eventually curl up and head to sleep.
Look, Draco won't even. Draco is 7 years old, and he still refuses to sit without being offered a fucking cookie. Like, it's just, it's.
Well, normally he's pretty good, but
He'll sit for
Sometimes.
pets, just not for very long.
Yeah, no.
yeah, he just doesn't. He's not patient. He's not super patient.
Just curious, Nova, you keep all this information to yourself, right?
Yes,
Okay.
for right now.
All right. Everybody can hit the long rest button. The night goes through. Nova, you get your 4 hours compared to 8. If you want to do anything before they wake up, you most certainly can.
I probably would just start. I would probably use the part of my journal to see if I can research anything about the orb that's already in the records.
Okay.
So you should probably see me in the corner with like my cloak over, and there's the slight glow coming from the cloak as I'm like
Like the kid that
Pretty much-
stayed up past their bedtime with a flashlight reading a book.
I'm pretty much downloading information. Hey Nova, what's the weather gonna be like? Like kind of idea. Because I'm the new series.
Fair enough. All right.
Her eyes are just spinning.
You all start to wake up. You have your long rest, but you wake up with a sudden jolt. As immediately, almost like someone slamming the brake after you've been sleeping in the car for a long time. And it just... Immediately, you just kind of hear a... on the attic door. All right, we're here. Immediately, Ian gets up.
Get up, gather myself, gather my stuff.
He starts removing his marking so the arcane lock is gone.
I would be already up.
Okay.
Right, I guess we do this thing. And I'm going to put, actually... Well, for the moment, I'm going to leave Biscuit in otter form.
We will go, a hunting we will go. Hi ho the Dario, a hunting we will go.
Okay.
All right, interesting hunt it's gonna be.
As you
That it
guys
is.
get things ready and you all start to head down, who would be the last two people to leave the attic?
Me. I'm
Nova?
one of them.
And who else?
I was probably one of the first out.
Okay.
I'll be last.
Okay. So as everybody leaves, Nova and Bjorn, as you're following in suit, the lights start to dim as they're kind of like automatic, kind of like fey light to illuminate. And as they start to dim, in the shadows of the corner, you just see a small little girl watching you leave.
Like that.
I just look at
I'm gonna-
Bjorn and kind of like side eye him and be like, kind of like gesture, like, do you see? Say pretty much saying it without words. Do you see that?
Bjorn's like trying to pretend like he doesn't see it, but he sides eye Nova and puts an arrow on his string. Like, oh, I see it.
And I just
What
put
do
my
we
hand
do
on
about
his
it?
arrow and say, kind of gesture like, let's leave it alone for now, but just keep an eye on it, pretty much.
I'll follow her lead and relax and head out.
Okay. As soon as you guys start leaving down the steps, you hear the quick patter of her running out, and almost sounds like she leaves as if the hut had no walls. As her footsteps look like it sound like you could hear them stepping away about a mile away. As you guys leave, the attic immediately just shuts itself, disappears if it wasn't there before. Lucia just looks at you. We have arrived. So, I've done my best to make sure she doesn't know we're here. It is up to you now.
I have a question for you.
I'll do what I can.
Is anyone able to come into your hut without your knowledge?
They can come
That
in
gets a
without my
bombastic
knowledge, but they
side-eye.
usually won't leave.
Well, there was a small child in the attic just now, and they left without your knowledge.
She looks at you. Fascinating. As she just kind of takes her hand up and she kind of just twists it, and the attic resummons itself, but you don't see the floor. Just looking up. You still like see like the beds, but they're just like floating there. She's like looking. Well, if there was a young one in here, she is gone. But I'll keep myself on alert. She twists her hand and the attic disappears again.
So, we might not be as discreet as we thought we were.
Well,
Without her knowledge. knowing we're
Ghosts
here.
and spirits have a way of coming through even my domain without me knowing. But they are just that. Ghosts and spirits. Harmless to me.
Can you tell us? where we're
Harmless
at
to
right
you.
now?
What about anyone else?
That would not worry. What'd you say, Alistair?
Can you tell us where we're at roughly, or what we're going to be dealing with?
She just steps out and she just opens up the door of the hut. And you just see where there was red before, there are now blues, greens, and blacks out there. Rain is coming down, and it is a very, almost looks like a swampland ahead of you. You still see a bit of embers in the sky. You're still in the Hell Realm, but it was not misleading information to say that whatever she's done or whoever she serves has definitely modified this area to become more aquatic than Hellfire.
And as you say that, this burst of rain just hits my roof. Oh my god. I'm in the attic. That was just like, whoa.
But there is a weird hybrid of both. You can't just extinguish the flames from around no matter how much power you have. Many of these plants look unique to the blend. A lot of these vines looks like they're vines that are supposed to be meant for a swamp, but they occasionally have like these little pores in them that immediately shoot out steam that if you are not careful enough could burn you.
You have a general direction of where we need to go to find her?
Well, my best bet is she's furthest into the depths. We're at the furthest edge. Keep heading north. The deeper the water, the closer you are.
You have to swim to get there? Is it under the water?
Depends on how she's treating it. No matter what, water will be affecting the area. Flood, drought, rain, depends on how she is treating her domain at that time. But keep your eye open for a mansion. That's where all her power originates from. At least the power that's allowing her to manipulate this domain.
And her 4 generals.
They will keep guard. They do not serve me, I do not serve them. So as far as knowing where they are, you'll have to do that in your own. You see the knight that was sent to you, he just starts walking, and he literally just stands, one leg on the domain of fire and one leg on the domain of swamp. He just stands there, positions his sword at the point where the line intersects, and he just holds.
I'll head out first. As I walk by Bjorn, I just say, thank gods for those swimming lessons.
I said swimming lessons, not swimming lessons along with whatever is going to be in that water. But yes, thank goodness.
I'll follow the knight.
Probably
Sorry.
get this over with, and I'll head out after.
Okay.
Rena's just kind of turning her face up to the rain and soaking it in while she can.
Lucia does remind the two who took her enchanted raven feathers, which I believe was Roneen and... Well, no, not Bjorn. You just took them from there, but she gave out enchanted feathers to somebody else. So I think it was it Manon and Roneen?
My bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She reminds you, I will stay here if you're able to retrieve the item requirement from each of the generals and bring them back to me. This is where I'll be. Like I said, if you are in desperate need of my assistance at post haste, remember just to cast the raven feather, and I will summon myself to you. The 2 raven feathers.
Even if we're all the way in there?
I can go where the feathers go, but only those 2.
All right. Thank you for your help.
I am of service. Now, your time is running out. I believe you have just over 6 days. As she keeps the door open, and she kind of like just puts something into the pry it so it stays open as the wind starts to come down, the rain starts to really crash down, as you guys don't realize until you all leave the hut that this rain is really coming down heavy. It's not sharp rain, but it's just enough to be annoying. And occasionally on this side of the domain, as you're not fully in hers, this rain is warm. It's kind of almost like a steam shower. It's odd for those who are used to the water. Roneen and Bjorn, this is just an odd sensation that, rain does not bug you of sorts, but this is not natural.
I put my hood and my cloak up.
Okay.
I'm kind of a little bit off put, but it's still water is water. and I will let myself get nice and wet.
Okay.
Using my wings as an umbrella.
As you guys head to the knight just takes the blade and he turns it, and it specifically cuts to the domain that almost create like a doorway. Almost like there was an invisible thing that crossed domains, and he kind of creates like a 5-foot gap. You don't know what he specifically did, but it looks like it kind of created some kind of disruption there you guys can walk into. Looks like you guys could have before, but you don't understand what he did now. And he just gestures to you. Based on what it looks like he actively is not going to currently follow you. But he will hold where he is unless for some reason he needs to be summoned. He just looks. He is just going to... He's going to give an item to Manon. As you pass by Manon, he's just going to give you this curved, almost fang-like dagger. Looks like it could be naturally used as a weapon, but it has a coloration of the same thing as his broadsword. Looks like it has a stone at the end of the hilt that matches the same thing as his breastplate. He just points to it with his finger. Then just slams on his chest. Then he points to it with his finger, and he slams on his chest. And then he just does this. And then he just re-gestures to the blade.
I have to cut somebody.
He does not respond.
I'm pretty sure we can summon them once. But you can probably also cut somebody.
I got that part. I'm just trying to figure out how. What do you want me? Slam it in the ground? Slice my palm? Stab someone?
He does not respond. He is very stoic. For right now, as far as a weapon, it is a +3 magical dagger.
Okay.
And its critical rating is 18 to 20.
Slay. That's awesome. I also have a critical rating of 18 to 20.
Oh.
Naturally.
Oh, well. What a waste of a blade.
Throw this out of here. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I'll just look at him not answering, look back at the blade. Thanks, I guess.
He just still, with his tall height, he's still looking above you, just straight ahead, not gesturing.
I'll just turn and start Mick walking into the storm.
Okay.
Mick strutting.
Fair enough. Okay. I need a walk-in order, please. And I need everyone's walk-in order. Who's first, who's second, who's third, etc., etc., etc.
I'll probably be first.
Okay. Got Manon first.
Probably go third.
Third.
Val, you're muted.
Last, if no one's opposed.
Second, sorry.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then Bjorn's gonna be last. So Alistair and Nova, 4th and 5th are available. Looks like.
I don't have a preference.
Actually, I was gonna say, Bjorn, do you want me to take last so that way I can just kind of defend the. You're probably gonna be bowing it.
Yeah, that's fine. Then I'll take 4th.
All right, or 5th for you. Then Nova is 4th. Then
Sure.
Alistair's 6th.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That works.
As you guys are moving along, I want an investigation check for everyone. The people in the front are gonna, as close to the front, will have a higher DC.
Oh, great. That's a natural 1 for a 2.
So Roneen and Azalia, every single time we've had checks, we've been talking. Like, there's not much going
Yeah,
around.
Chunk is going in jail now.
I got a 9.
Okay.
I
I've rated my eye.
got a 17.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Okay. Bjorn?
9.
9. Okay. For at least the person in front, you at least are able to get the lay of the land. And for about the middle, you can get the lay of the land. But it's kind of scattered as far as who can see what. The place is definitely a mishmash of different kind of elements. There's definitely like trees that look like they should naturally have growth, but they're naturally in indefinite decay and then regrowth. Almost like the land itself wants to grow, but the hellfire wants to naturally burn it down. And it's constantly in a infinite spiral of whether or not it should die or grow. As far as the couple of you that had a couple good investigation checks, this area, at least you're starting in, is not viable for creatures to naturally live in. As far as anybody following or stalking you, this is not that kind of area. If anybody will find you, it's because they are passing through. But there's no vegetation to live on here. There's no safe space to stop. You know that this area, the vegetation here, is unsafe. And even stopping for an hour might actually result in a terrain change that would be unsafe for you. These willowing trees that are constantly dropping down, almost like kale leaves, how they kind of drop down, they sag too much, and they are kind of almost indefinitely always kind of drooping in a way that there's a weight of wetness to them. Even if it wasn't raining. But there's constantly always rain coming down in this area, at least as far as you can tell. As you move on, there is a constant terrain change of whether or not it is too muddy and you are put at, movement speed reduced because of rough terrain, if that does affect you, or if it is more, cobblestone based, and it switches. The terrain is not consistent. It is kind of all over the place. Sometimes your feet are in about half a foot of water. Sometimes it's decline of elevation. Sometimes it's a rise of elevation. It's kind of all over. As far as our head from Manon, and I'm going to take the curve for the two that are following you, you have a tough time figuring out exactly where to go. Because you are new to this realm, and because there is no necessarily training of how to deal with this specific part of the realm, you don't know what to follow to know how to stay true. The terrain is constantly shifting on you, and you have no North Star to follow. You have no natural moon to look at to know how to stick, and you don't know if you're going to get lost or not.
Where is Ian in our marching order? I missed it.
So we have Manon, and then I believe we went Roneen, Azalia, then we went Nova, then Bjorn, then Alistair.
So is Ian with us?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I will say Ian will be in the middle. And he got a 12. So, yeah, as far as the first half of the group, as far as averaging out your numbers, you before you know you'll get lost, you can at least recognize that you guys have to figure out a strategy so you won't get lost.
I will pause and turn back to look for Ian.
Okay.
Do you know how to navigate this part of the realm?
He just kind of walks forward a little bit, and he's kind of using his staff as like a cane. He kind of comes through, and he kind of looks through. I've never necessarily been here before. I've done some research, but let me look at his spells if he has a way to help you.
I have a backup plan, but it required Nova being back, so...
I'm back.
She's back.
Sorry. It just started raining really hard outside, and Draco started whining, so I had to check on him.
He's like, I really don't have any abilities to actually help track this domain. If worst case scenario we do get lost, I can at least summon us a small, nothing as grandiose as Lucy is, but I can at least summon us a hut to at least take a break in. But as far as tracking and navigating, not necessarily my forte. I apologize.
Can I use nature to just at least find us a path of least resistance?
Sure.
Okay. 16?
16. with this land consistently shifting based on magic itself, the terrain is ever shifting with it. As far as seeing necessarily the path of least resistance, it looks like if you at least follow a path that actually works in the opposite direction. If you want to go further in, it seems like you gotta actually go into a path that actually gets you more submerged than actually more dry land. As you find more muddy areas and wetter lands, is actually going north as you're going further into her aquatic domain. You can at least chart that out without much hindrance in having that information involved.
I'll turn it over then. Don't you have that compass? Could that help point us in the right direction?
It's a sundial. I'm not sure.
I think
Yeah,
she's
that.
talking. Well, no, I think she's talking about the chrono.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ring. Okay. Yes, I do.
Remember, as long as you have a goal of where to go, it will at least always tell you in a direction, as the compass will naturally always point to where you need to go.
Yes. I need to make an intelligence check, I guess it says.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to make an investigation check with advantage.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll investigate. That would be a 16.
Okay. You're able to easily discern the chrono device to actually follow the compass of where it goes. You assume it's going to keep changing as you move.
Is that different than the Omni?
The omnidirectional
analyzer
tool. Yeah, the omni analyzer tool. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm thinking of the same thing.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Added to what Roneen found, which is constantly, unfortunately, have to move into a more submerged area, you can confirm that by seeing that the direction you have to go seems like it's always going to follow you guys constantly going into water.
It looks like going into the water is where we have to go.
As long as it's not too deep, we shouldn't have too many issues. Even if it is, we've gone through water before.
As this conversation is going on, Biscuit is just sort of happily going around everyone's feet and splashing.
I'll turn to Ian again. You don't happen to have a spell that makes a boat or raft of some sort, do you?
Kind of like someone's like a book and kind of like, sorry, no, there's not much necessity for that in this realm. I mean, obviously, where we are now, it obviously seems obvious, but there's not much reason for boats outside of this situation. I apologize. And with embarrassment, he kind of closes the book and he kind of puts his shoulders together and he just kind of puts it back and he desummons the book.
Well, guess we picked a useful one. I just sort of mutter under my breath.
A lot of room. Although some of us had done well with our swimming lessons, perhaps it would be best to tie ourselves together so the stronger swimmers can help those maybe less experienced and keep us together. Although it may not be deep now, as Roneen can attest, sometimes there can be extreme drop-offs that aren't seen until it's too late.
Right? It could be a bit unpredictable.
Huge.
I'll take my rope out and have everybody hold on to it. Those that want to tie it to themselves can. Otherwise, just kind of wrap it around her.
Nova's tying it to her
Your
wrist.
Do I see if there's a pathway that like is in that general direction, but it's not quite in the water? Or
I mean,
is there,
there's
that's
like
it,
no
just in the
actual
water?
like made pathway in general. There's just like the terrain keeps mixing itself up, which is why you kept switching between muddy to dry land. It's trying to specifically get you lost. But if you always follow the path of wetland, it's going to constantly submerge you more. Go and you centered into there. You can at least see what they're referring to, but there's no actual like made path.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so pretty much we have to go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reluctantly join myself to the rope.
Once we determine that, I am actually going to go ahead and kind of give a nod to Manon and take the lead.
I'll let her take the lead.
Okay. As you guys follow the path, allowing also Nova to keep high on the analyze tool. You guys consistently, like every couple minutes, a few more inches deep. Until about a good 15 minutes pass, and as far as the shorter of the people in here, the water's up to roughly about your knees. And it stays about that height for a little while until you kind of get to what looks like it was supposed to be a dock, but it's got submerged by the consistent rain. You can kind of feel the wood planks beneath you. That you're going into an area where it was naturally supposed to be a giant well of water, but because of the constant rain in here, even that has gotten submerged even further. Within this large path, if you keep looking north, there is no terrain as far as you can see in the distance, with the exception of random small little 10, maybe 15-foot little spots that have like small little shrubberies on them. Enough to make it where they're constantly blocking your path so you can't see past them, but it looks like the water goes down quite significantly. On the spot that you're standing right now, due to about 15 feet to the left, 15 to the right, and about every 15 going down for about 3 spots, there are partially destroyed statues that are maybe about 8 feet in height, but it looks like they were either here before and they got destroyed by the terrain change, or they were summoned with this terrain, and the mixture of hellfire has forced them to erode. There are a total of 6 statues in all. You do see that each one is in remembrance of somebody. Immediately on your left, you do see one for a female. Nova, this does look like the female in your image. To all of you, you see what looks like a very pointed-eared, maybe half-elf, but she does have very pronounced points as far as the statue shows as far as her ears. She looks not like a warrior, but maybe like just a scribe of some kind. She looks like she is more intellectual. Not too indifferent from Ian. On the opposite side from her, you do see a taller statue. Where her statue is maybe 7 feet in height, the statue is about 9 feet in height. Bjorn, you recognize this person. Now, all the statues are just stone. There's no color to them. This statue, Nova, this is the other person you've seen. This statue's tall, with no mustache, but a large beard that would make a lot of king dwarfs jealous. High pointed finned ears. Tattoo markings that actually are specifically made to actually edge into the actual stone structure. Excuse me. I gotta make sure I get my details correct. Holding what looks like a large battle axe in one hand. And wearing simple armors, but Bjorn, you know differently. You know who this is. This is Aldulo Ternea. He is he was one of the original people of who started your tribe. He's one of the elders. Your elders were not all Goliaths. They were not all just orcs. They were not just all just simple races. They originally were run by Tritons and Sea Elves. And he was one of the first 3. There is a tragedy to his story that you know. He is considered the lost elder. Originally, your tribe was going to war with the Sand tribe, and to make peace, Aldulo was supposed to marry one of theirs. They got married, and his protection and his their wedding gift was an orb, and they were supposed to protect it. In doing so, they had a child, and there is a tragedy that you don't know much more about, but the child died, and they got lost to time when the orb was stolen.
Do I clock that he recognizes
That
the
is
statue?
up to Bjorn.
Yeah, I mean, Bjorn is shocked to see something that has to do with the history of the what he sees as somewhat of a proud history versus what his tribe became.
Mm-hmm.
This band of murderers and pirates and raiders, and like he definitely like does not even think to try and hide it. Like he's awestruck and almost sad and very conflicted, and yeah, so you definitely clock it.
Bjorn, do you recognize that statue?
It's one of the elders, not taking the eyes off the statue. What we were, what we should have been.
What was his name
It
again?
was-
Sorry, DM.
Aldula.
Sorry. Adula, okay.
Abdullah, the lost one, the peace bringer, lost, and with him, we were lost. So very lost.
You know Adula. Then do you know his wife? And I gesture to the other statue across.
Do I, DM?
You only know, you wouldn't recognize her, but you at least know the story of that he was supposed to marry somebody from the Sand Tribe. Probably even to this day, you don't even really know that Nova is from the quote-unquote Sand Tribe, because it's named something else in the current time. But you do know that due to a marriage, they would have married. So you would know Celia's name, but you would never seen a picture of her, or even necessarily what her species was. You would just assume she's some kind of elf.
I assume that is Celia, his wife.
Well, maybe fate has brought us together more than I thought first off. These are the representatives of my tribe, too.
Really?
Yeah. She is from mine, and he is the one who she married to bring a pack together before the orb was lost. Then there was a battle. And during that battle, many of us died, and the orb was lost.
And mine became a band of wicked raiders who cared only for blood and what they could take from others. Maybe this is my chance to wash some blood off their names and my own. Maybe you're right. Fate has brought us together for more than either one of us could have ever thought.
I'm intending to get the orb back and keeping it. It's been lost for so long. My tribe is lost without it. Maybe that's your tribe is lost too, because of it.
Well, at the end of the day, Nova, I stand with you and the rest. So, whatever fate decides, you have my bow, you have my blades, and we will get and keep the orb. And I will help you save your tribe. You have my word.
She just kind of was like, I'm trying to take it all in, because now realizing that, that maybe there was a reason that I was supposed to find this group of people more so than already found the reason. And she's like, mind blown. But not like that. Obviously, she's quiet, so she's just quiet about it. But clear.
With the amount of attention that you guys are giving these statues, I won't even have you roll for it. You do notice that beneath each statue, there is no writing on these statues, but there is a large enough platform where you can see underneath each statue, there's almost like a stone drawer that can be pulled out.
Bjorn, can you try to open that?
Yeah. I will go up to the one beneath my tribe's elder and try and pull it.
Okay. It's not locked, but it hasn't been opened sometimes, so kind of got to shake it to kind of open it up. And inside, you just find a single wedding ring inside. The wedding ring itself is cobalt, and it has a singular stone at the end that looks like it's a diamond. Based off the way that it's laying in here, it looks like actually more representative of a key.
I am going to take out a piece of rope and cut it and thread it through the ring and put it over my neck. Do you want to try to open that one, or do you want help, Nova?
I'll try. I'm gonna try to open the other one.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for
this.
it? Because
Nope.
I don't have much.
It's not heavy. It just just kind of like a stuck drawer in the kitchen. You just got to kind of
Okay.
mess with it a little bit. Inside you find its other half. You do find what looks like a silver ring, and this one has what looks like an emerald stone on the end of it, but it's a lot more pronounced. It's a lot larger of a stone. This one also represents, as it looks like it's meant to be used as a key.
Let me pull it out and be like, I think these are keys.
Hopefully we will find the keyhole soon. And until then, we keep them close and safe. And I will hand her a piece of rope if she wants to bit through and do the same, or otherwise, unless she has other plans for it.
Yeah, I'll do the same and put it over my head.
Before
What is everyone else doing?
Before we continue,
probably stopped that.
Before you
I'm kind
continue,
of watching-
we'll take a quick 10-minute break. We'll come back to. We'll take a
Okay.
quick 10-minute break. We'll come back to that. Sorry, I just want to make sure we
Okay.
get a break in there. We'll be right back. We'll continue where we left off with Roneen.
I was just about to say, yeah, I'm just kind of standing there watching them have this whole conversation, and especially the part where, Bjorn is so thunderstruck by it and talking about, because all I've ever heard from him about his people is that they're awful, and not that they had any other really past history prior to that. So this is all new to me. I'm just kind of looking back and forth going, huh. So what do you suppose they're a key to?
I don't, maybe, possibly. I mean, I could hypothesize that maybe where the orb is being kept, potentially. I don't know. They were the, guardians of it back in the day. So many years
Potentially the
before
resting place.
I mean, but they've been lost. I guess I didn't want to wake anybody yesterday or last night, but I did contact my tribe, and I was sent back
the vision of the battle that happened, and there was tieflings and devils, and they were fighting both tribes. And that's when the orb was lost, and these two were the ones that last had it. So maybe there's a seat of, maybe these rings are some kind of failsafe? I don't know.
Well, if they were guardians of the orb, it explains something about what about them doing something being related to her, because Zenza has the orb, but the statues are a bit of a surprise. Who do you suppose these others are?
Not sure. I guess we can investigate as we go.
So here's the question. If they were guardians of this orb that Zenza has now, why would there be statues of them?
Unless they betrayed both tribes. Or if they were, and I look straight at Roneen and go, unless they were in servitude to a different god.
Does the style of these statues, do the statues have a style, or do they look like perhaps someone got petrified?
No, there's no petrification involved. These do look like they were they've always been statues. The statues.
And then does the style of the statues is it at all reminiscent of what I have seen, say, with Remus's past little?
It is not too indifferent, but it's not exact. They do look very similar to the first vision you had inside of Remus's realm, where you saw several statues of the other warriors before you. It does seem as ornate as those, but those had a more of a marble exterior, where these are just kind of standard stone, but they do have the same kind of structure, the same kind of base plate. It almost maybe is like someone like maybe like Remus's apprentice made these instead, kind of like that.
Like
we have statues at home.
Well, no, I'm wondering
statues.
is if the statues give some kind of power. Did she make them to get power over these people? I'm going to speculate that out loud.
Okay, sure.
So these reminded me. They reminded me that the statues that I saw were Remus's of his past warriors, knights, pawns, whatever they are. I'm not sure if the statues gave the power or they were what was left of them when he was done using them, but it seems like someone is copying his style, whatever that is. Whatever purpose it serves. To do something to these people.
The orb is very powerful. It could be used. If someone wanted to use all of its power, they could use it to bring things from banishment back to a point.
Not a good thing at all, at all.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe those statues are just contracts of hers and she's fucked up and likes to make statues of people.
I will also explain what the other 4 statues look like, because we haven't gotten there so far yet. Outside of just the 2 in front, the 2 on the left, 2 on the right, we'll go with the left first. Closest one to Aldulo, which is on the left. That one specifically looks like a tall warrior. At first, it looks like it's a warrior with a lot of armor on, but then you realize the armor is part of the body, and it looks like almost like a crustacean knight. It's almost like it has like the scales of like an actual kind of like some kind of creature of the deep. Very, very thick scales, 4 arms, and it looks like it's holding off the right arms together a large a large halberd. Underneath of it, there is a actual logo that has the actual symbol for a knight.
Is there a drawer under this one also?
No.
Okay.
To the left of that one specifically looks like it has a small child on it. It's actually the smallest statue out of all of them. The child itself does not look like a fighter by any means. Maybe 5 or 6. The statue depicts her with a little like sundress on, little like ribbon in her hair. It's hard to tell her species.
Like the ghostly child that they saw.
Did anybody describe to you what they saw?
No.
I mean, Bjorn and me saw it.
Okay.
But does
If
it
you
look
saw
like
her,
the ghost?
okay, for the people who saw her, this does look like her.
That is the child that was in the attic.
Azalea's still blissfully unaware. Just off wondering.
What would she be doing there?
I mean, could we?
This one
Assume
specifically
that-
just have a logo of a heart underneath it.
Remember, Manon, do you remember them saying something about her heart? About the devil's, the one devil that has your contract's heart?
Yeah. I mentioned a night, broken heart, child, loss of memory, water, something like that.
So these are the
4 different
these-
insignia that were on the tapestry or whatever that Lucia was making. The knight, broken heart, child, and loss of memory or loss of self. These are 4 obstacles we would need to deal with to solve the problem.
So here are some, or at least representation of them.
Were there
This
4
could be-
statues or 6?
There's 6 statues. You guys are on the left side right now, so there's 2 other statues on the other side.
Here's 2 of them with the symbols, so the knight and the heart, which is also a child. Maybe we need to investigate more of these statues.
Right. I mean, these
Looking
have
at
symbols. Those 2 over there had the drawers under them with the rings in them, but these all seem to have the. Do these 2 over on this side maybe have symbols as well?
At least then maybe
Just sizing up the heads on these statues, like, are these the heads we could take?
I mean, they might be just representations of them, so maybe
I didn't say that out loud, sorry.
Okay.
it's potentially giving us a warning of what they look like, I guess. I don't know.
I'll turn to the 5th statue.
Okay, so you guys go over to the whoever goes over to the other side. The one closest to Celia's statue, you do see this one is clearly represented of Zenza. Actually has her in a very poised position. Instead of her feet actually touching the base of the statue is a chair that she's actually leaning against. This one actually like captures her kind of her arrogance more than anything else. It does say it does have the image of the lost mind at the bottom. The last statue itself, Roneen, if you're looking at it, this actually looks like Remus's mortal form. It actually has him standing there with the simple drapes over, bald head, very low complexion that you can tell even with the stone on it. And this one just has a symbol of 3 waves.
What did you guys find?
I am just staring at the Remus one.
Point to the Zenzo one, lost mine, and I point to the Remus one, waves.
The water?
So 4 obstacles.
So the above table, when Alistair and Manon ran into the guy who was kind of possessed by Remus, and at one point it did change to like Remus's form, right? Does that look like this? So
Yes.
would they recognize this as well?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So because I'm just standing there staring at it right now.
Yep.
I haven't said anything.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, Alistair and Manon, you would easily be able to tell that this is. You might not know that it's you two might not know that it's Remus's true mortal form, but you've at least know that this is a form that Remus can take. But Roneen would know this would be his standard mortal form.
I eye it up and down. I glance to Alistair before I realize I'm glancing at Alistair, and then I look back at the group. I go, I think Remus has taken this form before.
Yeah, this is what he looked like.
He doesn't need to take
Jumped
it.
us.
He started in it. As far as I know. He what?
What he looked like when he jumped us.
Well, not subtle, is he?
Passive perception for everybody. Does anybody have a 19 or higher?
Oh God, no.
No, 16.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Cool.
Is it?
Reason.
I think Azalia, don't you have a high passive?
It's a 17.
Oh, okay, so it's not 19.
Yeah, it's
Poop.
19.
I will say for anybody who's not actively really interested in look at the statues, if you're honestly not actively looking at the statues, it can give me a perception check, just keeping your eyes open.
I will do a perception check because I was definitely talking to Ian.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, no. Ian does step forward though, and he does look at the statues and he kind of gestures to them. He just kind of like kneels in front of the statue of Adulo and Celia, and he just kind of gives a prayer. And he kind of just edges in like a prayer symbol into the dirt between them.
What are you doing?
Do you know them?
Ian,
Only
how
there's-
long have you been here?
I only know their story, and it's not very pleasant.
What happened to them?
Uh,
It's been lost to all of their tribes. We should at least know.
All I know is that apparently they came to this realm lost, damaged. They had an item with them. They pleaded for help. I guess the daughter died. The husband did what he could. He sacrificed everything he had to try to save her. And then I guess the only thing that I know is Zenza came along and took everything from them. Everything they had, everything they wanted, and she took it all. No one knows where their bodies are. No one knows what she did to them. No one knows what she gained from doing what she did to them. But it concerned always the king. He might be a very maniacal man, but he does have lines that even he won't cross. And doing things to children is definitely one of them. There's always been a thought process of what happened to the girl.
What is that?
What is what?
What is the thought process of what happened to her?
Well, there's been a lot of theories. I
Or
mean,
the rumors, or what?
like the most common one is, as of late, for the past 10, 15 years, Zenza's been obsessed with the aquatics. And the girl and the male, they were both aquatic by nature. So, and she's obsessed with finding aquatic females. I don't want to really say the horrors of it, but you can assume what she can do to somebody who's easily manipulated, and she can get what she wants from her.
Oh, we don't need to imagine.
Yeah, we fought one of.
I actually pull out the pages that I have from her journal and show them to Ian.
He has a tough time looking, but he does look.
Yeah. And it was the ones about the Triton, the mermaid, the sun. Yeah. Actually, I have all of Adina's books.
Okay. Yeah. He does.
And her partially burned contract with Zenza.
His intrigue overweighs his fear, but as he's reading it, he's constantly wanting to like vomit consistently through it. It is disgusting him about all the things that Zenza does.
So it seems that.
So yeah, this was how we first encountered her.
I can see
Why we were
why
too
your
happy
passion to
to
take
be.
her out is so great.
Right?
And now it looks like we have more reasons to rid this realm of her.
Yeah, can we?
You thought she would add me to her collection.
Yeah. We should
Like
probably
itching
keep
to keep going.
Okay.
Should probably get going.
All right, so you guys gonna start.
There's
going
not
with
anything to
the-
take from the other statues, right? It's just the symbols.
No. Even with natural 20s, there's nothing else as statues. The only two things was the two drawers that had the rings inside.
Okay. Then the group keep going.
All right, with the rest of, if you guys keep going in, you're going to go fully submerged. So, requiring swimming, and whether or not you guys decide to tread water or dive in, how you guys can proceed.
I can only doggy paddle.
Remind to Azalia, as long as you're attuned to the necklace, your flying speed is swimming speed, and you can breathe in the water.
Right. Grab my note.
I will offer to have Nova hold on my neck and be on my back, and I will swim in.
How possible would it be for people to fly and then like pull us along in the water?
I was kind of thinking of doing that, like holding the rope and just flying and pulling you guys that can't swim.
I mean, it's not.
Well, I can help one person. Oh wait, what do you mean it's not? I'll let you finish describing first.
It's not impossible. It's going to be easier for Alistair than it will be for Azalia, as it's going to require a strength check by pulling somebody while also flying in direction. Obviously, the swimming using the water will make it easier. So DC is not like trying to drag somebody on the ground, but it still require her to use her strength of her wings to be able to pull you. Alistair will have a better chance of doing that.
There's somebody else here with some wings.
I was gonna say, if we go with the flying plan, I could help out with that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, especially since Roneen can swim, if you guys work together, then you guys will be fine. One person dragging the other person, stuff like that.
Can Ian swim? Or is he
So this is where you guys are dependent on what to do. So Ian does have the spell Water Walk. If you guys are choosing not to swim, he can just walk on the water. But if you guys decide to dive in, he will need help.
Well, I can help someone for an hour or so above.
I go to pull the rope and I realize that nobody can move and I'm struggling and I feel like I'm watching like Bjorn and Alistair watch me struggle and I just sigh and hand it to Bjorn.
So who's going how where?
I'll fly. I can at least see if anything's coming our way that way as well.
Was there any like big trees around at all, or no?
Around the outside, but like the width of this area, that is this huge lake, from end to end, as far as you can see, is about 500 feet. You don't know how far in it goes in north.
Right. I meant like just generally like around us right now.
How much? Like, oh, just trees around
just, like,
you,
a-
like right
like
now
a
where you are.
big
Yeah, I mean, there's
round
trees behind
tree.
you. There's trees behind you. Yeah, there was a bunch of trees coming in, but they don't go
Sticky,
too
sticky.
high because they kind of drape down as they're constantly in state of decay.
I think he's looking for something to build a raft out of.
Yeah.
A raft or just something to knock a tree down for a flotation device. Or
Okay.
Kind of maybe
Yeah.
sit on.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take you some time because not all the wood is good enough for it, but you can like chop some down and make a raft out of it if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, just like rudimentary, because then we can like pull that, opposed to pulling them through the water.
Okay.
True.
All right. Based on just how this is going to affect time, whoever wants to help Alistair do this, each person involved with helping cut down the trees and build this, and the athletics check from.
Oh,
I'm helping him for the cause, not because I like him.
I'm going to chop my trees over here. You stay on your side. I stay on mine.
It's a 14.
14.
18.
Athletics.
18. Yeah.
19.
Okay. With the amount of time to cut down the trees that you need, rip off the parts that are not usable, find some stuff to wrap around, and make yourself a raft that can at least fit like 4 people and hold on the weight. I'm going to say it's going to take you about a good hour. But you're able to create a raft that can fit 4 people on it and hold on their weight with also holding on their equipment as well.
Okay.
Good enough. Gives me a spell slot.
Make our way
All right.
across the
Well,
lake.
I am going to pull my cloak. Actually, I'm going to pull my cloak around me and go seal and take the rope in my mouth and tow it. Tow the or at least help tow the raft.
Okay. And then is Bjorn, Azalia, and Alistair flying?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's going to be Manon, Nova, and Ian that's going to be on the raft.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Passenger princesses at it again.
Okay. All right. So as you guys take off,
Swim.
depending on the position of each person, I'll have you guys make checks. So you guys head off. For our flyers, I'd like either investigation check or perception check to get in the lay of the land, see what other people can't see due to how high you are in the air.
23 for investigation.
Got it?
Ooh.
Is that perception?
Also,
You
a
do
23 for
right?
perception.
Okay.
Nice.
Either investigation or perception, Bjorn.
16 for perception.
Okay. All 3 of you got a good check. You're able to see that this area goes down pretty far. It does look like it does hit like a bank for a little bit where the water stops, but then it's like almost kind of like a dirt bridge where it's kind of like it just stops like as a dam. But then after like 10 feet, you just got to go over it again and then you go back. But like about another 100 feet past there, you do see a mansion that just stands out of nowhere. Outside of that, you do notice that in this area, as far as the flyers, you do not see any other birds or even like demons around here. There's nothing in the air that represents any kind of aerial creatures. You're the only things in the air in this area. It is odd. From how high you guys are, you can actually see like where the domain kind of starts and ends. It doesn't even reach as far as the actual hellscape itself. You can actually see that there's actually a cloud that is beneath the actual clouds of hell that actually creates the rain for this area. So her domain doesn't actually reach up as high as the sky itself. For Roneen, I'd like you to give me either a perception check or investigation check as far as just what you see while you're half submerged in the water. Oh, I think you're muted.
I said I am actually fully submerged.
Okay.
And I am doing perception, and it is 14.
Okay. Same thing for you. No fish, no creatures of any kind, but occasionally you do see, at first you kind of react, but then you kind of hold yourself, much like the Leviathan you fought before that was consumed by the curse that affected her. It looks like there's another one here, but it's far past dead. But it looks like it's been placed here like a carcass. Like, you already know about Zenza, what she does, and she probably found this as another failed person and just left it here to die. Outside of that, you see nothing else in the water.
All right. And just for bookkeeping purposes, as I'm sure it is affected by my towing, but if I were not towing, I have swim speed of 50.
Okay, got it. Last but not least, Nova, Manon, and I'll roll for Ian. I need investigation checks, but not perception.
Okay.
Ian got a 16.
Yeah, 22.
Nice.
Got 9.
Okay. Between Ian and Nova, the two of you, it is eerily quiet. There's, again, you Nova don't really know what to expect to be in hell, and this area that even hell finds odd. But the abscess of creatures or anything is odd. Whether or not it throws you off or not is completely up to you. But in the distance, you just see someone sitting on a stone, kicking her feet into a little water. And you see a little girl just sitting there, just staring at you. And she just smiles. Not in a creepy way, but she just smiles happily. And she's just kicking her feet, pseudo splashing her feet in the water, and she just smiles and she's crooked her head. She just waves her hand.
Do I... Would I know of if the couple had a child or no?
Yes.
Like,
You would know
now
that-
we know. Do
yeah.
we know the name of the child?
You do not know her name.
Okay. I look at Ian and go, you wouldn't happen to know the name of the child that was in those stories and rumors that you have heard?
I mean, I believe Samara.
Samara? I look at Manon and be like, that child might, I don't know if it's a ghost or a spirit or what it is, but I don't know if it would be able to help us. I don't know if it's worth trying.
I mean, anything to help us here, we should take it.
Okay. I wave back at her and then, what was her name again? Sorry.
Samara.
And say, is that you, Samara?
She puts her head down, she just crookeds her head, and she just smiles, and she just kind of waves with two hands in excitement. And then as, like, you just
Can I-
pass by, like, a tree for a second, and you go past, it does, like, the movie logic where she just disappears.
Oh, dang. I was going to turn and look, but I just see nothing, I guess.
I mean, you would have seen her, like, right before there, but you wouldn't have enough time to, like, do anything with it, but you do confirm that you do see it along with Nova. Ian does see it too, but he's just kind of confused about it, doesn't really sure how to react, and he's kind of like going through like his book and trying to figure things out. At this point, you guys do
Does
hit.
she reappear?
No,
anywhere?
she's right now. You
Okay.
do not see her anywhere.
Okay.
You guys do hit the dam, requiring the raft and Roneen to get out of the water for a little bit. There is, again, like a 10-foot dam between that and the next. At this point, everyone can see the mansion at the distance. I need another, this time only a perception check from Azalia, Alistair, and Bjorn.
Nat 20 for 27.
Nice.
16.
Okay.
21.
Okay. Bjorn and Alistair, you do see that the rain is very heavy over the mansion itself. Like, almost like the source of the spell that caused the rain starts there and just weakens as it goes away. But it's more aggressive over there. You see this as well, Azalia. But then as you look back just to make sure, as like they're starting to get out of the water and start to position themselves to go to the other side, there's something follow them in the water. You just see this scaled thing. It looks like almost like you can't see all of it, as like part of its back is kind of like edging like a fin in the water, and just see a total of 6 crimson with a little bit of yellow eyes in the water, just slowly following them as like this tail is swinging and treading through the water, and it's moving kind of slowly. It's hard to tell how big it is while it's submerged in the water, of how dark it is outside, but at least the ridgeline that's actually exposing itself at least takes up about a good 10 feet.
Are they currently out of the water right now?
They would be
or
out of
in
the water, and they're standing on the dam currently.
Okay. I'm gonna shout out to Alistair and Bjorn right there, and I'll point it out. Keep a watch on it, and I'll dive down to the group and let them know. I'll get down there.
I'm gonna hover and keeping bow drawn at it.
Okay. As you guys position yourself for it and however you want to, it just kind of holds there, noticing that's been spotted, and just sits there in a wake. It just holds with buoyancy. It just floats in the water. You guys just see these yellow with a little bit of crimson eyes of 6 just glaring through the darkness of the water. This thing made out of scales. For the few of you that saw the statue of the knight, this is it, following you in the water. Its back protruding from the actual wake itself. And it's just watching you. Now that it knows that you see it, it's just holding. It's not retreating. It's not moving side to side. It knows it's been spotted. And it's just holding there. It is about 10 feet away from the dam right now.
Well,
Can you understand us? I'm gonna shout out to it.
It doesn't respond.
If you can, I suggest you go away.
You kind of like hear like a pseudo sound underneath the water, and as it happens, a few bubbles kind of come up from the front end, but you can't hear from what it is as it's submerged. What it's saying while it's submerged.
Roneen, would you be able to understand it? Oh, you're on mute.
I thought I was unmuting. I am going to stick my head in the water.
Okay.
And say, in Aquan, sorry, didn't get that. Could you repeat yourself?
You see this large creature that, compared to the rest of the statue, where you assume that statues were bigger than what they actually are, this actually is the exact same size as the statue that represented it. It is tall. As these arms are just dangling down, it just like looks at you. It never actually spoke. It kind of gave like a roar underneath the water, and it kind of does it again. And you can tell it's definitely trying to see what you do based off of a 15 intimidation, depending on what you guys do with that.
What is it? I mean, what's it?
It's not trying to make you it's not trying to create the fear effect, but this is going to be off your own personal thought process. If it got a 15 on intimidation, do you think, based off that roar and that stuff, would that actually kind of have you pull yourself back?
I don't think so, because also the one other thing I want to say. Where did it go? Yes. Oh. And no, hold on to that thought for a second. No, I'm just going to look at him and go, well, that was rude. Do you want to try again?
You notice it's not looking at you now. Its eyes, 3 on each side, are split, looking at 2 different directions.
Can I tell what it seems to be he seems to be looking at?
Nova and Bjorn.
Do you want to come in and have a conversation?
It starts to slowly dive. And then after like 10 seconds, it starts to rise itself up with speed, and it just jumps. And it lands on both its feet and just stands up right on the dam in front of you all. It just stands there 10 feet tall. This large crustacean with a neck that goes flush with its actual back of its head, and it just arches itself forward. Large shell of a back, large 4 arms holding this halberd in its hand, and it just looks. Roneen, you can at least tell that it has no way to naturally speak to anyone. Even in Aquan, it doesn't seem to naturally have the ability to naturally speak. It just looks, and it looks like it's just first starts looking at Bjorn, and Nova. And it's very easily staring at the rings. And then it pulls itself back. And you guys can all tell it's just trying to understand who you all are. And it kind of looks back and forth. And it just kind of places the base of the javelin down and kind of spins it a little bit. Kind of keeps looking. Kind of pulls back. Takes the base of the javelin and crosses a line on the opposite side of the dam. And that points to the line, points to the mansion, and dives back in the water and starts headed towards the mansion.
Well, shit. Do you think that's a warning?
Well,
I think we're about to have crab for dinner.
we were told there were 4 challenges we had to pass. That looks a bit like a challenge to me.
Can
Well,
we catch it before it gets there?
I'll just take out my swords and I'll start walking towards the line. I'm gonna walk over it.
Okay. As far as an answer to Azalia, if you can catch him before he gets there, he is not moving fast. He's actually going quite slow compared to what you assume his swimming speed is. He's actually going maybe 10 feet per turn. He's slowly
I was kind
striding.
of
over.
asking the group.
Oh,
if
gotcha.
We wanted to catch them.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Is
were.
it
Already got
sticky?
there.
Is it his
Wait!
fins
I just call
sticky?
I just call out to him, wait.
Just holds there but doesn't turn. And again, just tread in water again.
You don't want to be here, do you?
Without turning, the girl summons herself. She just stands right by you. No, he does not.
We're trying to undo, and I just sort of gesture around. All of this.
She
I don't
just,
know what that might do for you.
she just looks at you with the most
Is there a
innocent
home
of
we can
eyes.
get you to?
Home? She just points at the mansion.
Right, but I nod over toward the knight. Where did he come from? Can we send him home?
She looks at him. She points at the mansion again.
Are you guys saying that you don't want to
Right.
be here? You want to be in the mansion, or you want to be extra dead?
Are your contracts?
She does not like you, Manon. You're too direct. She's going to hide behind somebody.
Very fair.
She's going to hide behind the first person that she probably finds is more accommodating to her nature. I'm going to say she's probably going to go to either Azalia or Nova.
If she hides behind me, I go to pat her on the head and it just goes straight through. Ah, sorry, sorry. It was. I meant to comfort you.
I get down closer to her level and I like. Is your body still in the mansion?
She looks at you confused. She does not understand the question.
Is your mother and father there?
She looks in the direction of the mansion. She looks confused. And then she's... Yes?
I pull out my journal and I flip to the piece of paper that looks like that has actually a diorama of the orb. Is this here? Is it there?
She looks at you. She looks at the orb. She looks back at you. She is incredibly scared of the item, and she hides from you.
Oh, I didn't mean to make you scared.
She's not afraid of you, but there's something with the orb that she does not like. She kind of pulls back, and as like her fear arises, the creature comes closer to you guys, almost in defense. And it
Wherever
doesn't
she's-
attack, but it holds.
Wherever Samara is hiding, like if she's hiding around behind another person or whatever, Biscuit is going to start doing like peekaboo around it.
Okay. She just starts laughing. The creature then starts treading water again.
I lean over to the person nearest to me. The next protection her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she can help us get to the mansion.
I'm gonna approach the little girl. I'll kneel down till I get to her level. And Alistair's just gonna be like, You don't seem to really like that mean old orb, do you?
It's why I lost my mom and dad.
Are they not at the house over there?
They are.
What if I told you that we want to help you get rid of that orb? Take it away from here. Far, far away.
She kind of like peeks out a little bit more with a increased interest. But she doesn't see anything.
If you can point us in a direction, give us an idea of how to maybe find it, we'll make sure that we take care of that and get rid of it. If we can, we'll make it so that way you and your parents can stay together forever.
And we'll take care of that nasty devil too.
She looks at you. You know what you're saying, what you say makes sense. But to her, what you're saying is a conflicting set of facts. But you don't know why. And she looks at you and she's like, but if you take it away, then they'll go away.
Why is that?
The creature starts to growl. I can't say anything else, and she starts to pull away.
Squaring up with the creature.
Okay. Creature
And
just
on
looks at you.
babysitting duty, I got fired, so I'm just looking at it.
Okay. The creature now just starts climbing onto Dam slowly and kind of separates her from the rest of you. He does not trust Halberd. I need...
Can I try something?
Sure.
I'm gonna try mind link with the creature.
Okay.
It theoretically works as long as he can understand one language. Does that
He
hold?
can understand languages. He can understand things. He can understand.
Okay. Yeah, and then it should theoretically work. I'll say to him, what do you want?
He just kind of like looks confused, and then his mandibles kind of like click a couple times, and then he looks in your direction, understanding where this is coming from. And he kind of like jitters a little bit, and then he relaxes. To protect.
Are you protecting the mansion, or are you protecting her?
Like he's fighting his words to protect Samara.
If we tell you we're not here for her, will you leave us alone?
Can't let anyone in.
Is that census orders?
His head kind of jitters a little bit, and his mandibles kind of freak out a little bit more, and then he kind of like looks and must obey. Can't let anyone in. Must protect Samara.
We're not here for Samara. You can stay protecting her without attacking us.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm going to have to say you're going to have to roll disadvantage because he knows who you are, unfortunately. You're very well
Can I
known.
give her guidance?
You don't know what she's saying. Well, wait. Is this only mentally, or are you physically saying this out loud and then he...
This is all telepathic.
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah,
okay,
you can't,
never mind.
unfortunately. Well, are you actively telling people what you're doing, but you're just not saying out loud?
I'd say no.
Okay, so yeah, no, sorry.
I'm doing
sense.
this while they're talking.
Totally
Okay,
makes sense.
okay, got it. Okay.
We're just watching them have a staring contest.
His random mandibles twitches like, what the fuck is happening?
Do we help? Do we not? What's going on?
I don't have lucky feats with this character. That's a 5.
So sad.
5. He
5.
immediately
I had an 11, and then I got 2.
he immediately just screams at you. And he's going to immediately swing so it disappears Samara. And he is going to draw out his halberd. He is going to attack.
Just roll my shoulders. All right. Figure this was going this way anyway.
But it is 9:20. We'll not start combat there. So, you were this close to not
What a
having to fight him.
We were trying.
It sucks.
You were
that I
this
have
fucking
proficiency.
close.
It was the disadvantage, John. It was the disadvantage.
It's always the
I was
disadvantage.
trying.
It's because it's realistically because he knows that you have a contract here, so he just automatically does not believe what you're going to say. That's really what it is. So,
If it's not too late, could I cash in my player advantage so we could take my first roll of a nice sweet 14 and see what happens?
sure,
Ooh.
sure.
Player advantage for.
So it cancels out my disadvantage and gives everyone else advantage.
Wait, it's
on
her
something.
birthday too. She should just be able to get the
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Birthday advantage.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So
Birthday
instead of doing that, he just kind of puts his arms that are holding the halberd down and it just relaxes them in a non-attack or defensive position. He just backs up about 10 feet and he just gestures you to take the path that does not have water on it, unbothered. He naturally turns himself away because if he sees you go to the house, he has to stop you. He just looks in the opposite direction. He does send you a communication that says, remain hidden. I still have orders. Once inside, I will have to find you.
Understood. Thank you.
And he just turns around to look away. Samara just holds his leg, looks, and then she... Okay. She gestures her hand to Manon to hold her hand. She makes herself pseudo-corporeal for this.
I'll walk. I was about to tell the group to move, but then I see that, and I will walk forward and take her hand.
She's gonna start walking you to the actual house.
Just look to the others. I'm like, let's go.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna save you the trouble, Joe.
Follow
As soon as
behind.
Mr. Crab turns around, I'm gonna kick him in the Rangoons. No kidding.
As you get to the door, you do
I'd like to
see
use my sauce spell. Sorry. Go ahead.
you do see this large mansion, several floors high. You get to the front doors and do have 2 knights blocking them. But having Samara with you and her trust in you, she does just put her hand to the door and the swords lift themselves up and the door becomes unlocked. She looks at you. She puts both her hands on your hand and she looks. I wish you luck, but I can't help you much further. As all of a sudden you're going to start seeing her writhe in pain as these eldritch tendrils start to pull her into the house.
Do they look like Roneen's?
Yes.
Can
Well,
I do anything? Can I try
sure.
to pull her out? Can I attempt?
You can try. Go ahead and either give me a strength or athletics check.
Strength or athletics?
Either or, yeah.
Okay, they're the same. So 23.
She's like half pulled into the door and you just grab her and you try to pull her back and like much like strands of fabric, each tendril starts to snap, not expecting someone to hold her, never expecting someone to be here for her. And as you do, you kind of like snap, and she pulls herself back, and you kind of, with so much strength, when they snap, you kind of like fall back 10 feet as she's now laying on top of you. And as you get up, the rain starts to come down more aggressively. Roll me a perception check with advantage as you're keeping your head on a swivel, specifically Manon.
That was pretty good. 21.
21. With the last moments of knowing that you can at least protect her during most of this time, you fall backwards. And as you do, your head falls back, and you see the sudden image of a female standing about 20 feet behind you. Pure golden eyes staring directly at you with the most hated look at you. As the rain comes down on her, she stares at you for a few seconds, almost intentionally hoping that you'll see her, until she immediately disappears, letting you know that she's within the house itself. The visage is very familiar. You do see Nyx standing there, looking at you. As she immediately gets pulled into the house, choosing to, as the tendrils now summon her, and she chooses to accept them as she goes into the house. That's what will end it.
Don't you make me kill this character twice. Don't you make me kill this character twice. Do not.
Oh, she's already dead.
She's not dead.
No, Nyx isn't
Nyx
dead.
isn't dead.
Nyx isn't dead.
I killed her. I brought her back, and now Joe's gonna make me kill her again.
It
Nyx
will
isn't
not come
dead.
to that yet.
She's going. She was going insane.
So to remind you, the last thing that
going-
you guys saw was after the battle where, when Malik showed up, she blamed Manon for the fact that
Yeah.
this all happened, and the yellow eyes showed themselves.
And her eyes turned red, and then
They
turned yellow.
yeah, they turned red, and they turned yellow. Yeah.
She
So.
threw me into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's her own fault.
All right. All right. So with that, we'll continue this next. Yeah, we have one more session. I think we're doing next week, and then we're off the week after that. So we'll do the sequel to this next session next week Tuesday. So same time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you check that out if you missed anything. Don't forget all our episodes are on demand on YouTube. And do not forget, we do have Daggerheart tomorrow. So if you want to check out the continuing combat of Daggerheart, also in a watery place, but the sewers, come check that out tomorrow. That would be 5:30 Central Time. So everybody,
They're also in a
very
smelly,
soggy
watery
week.
place.
It's a
Also
very
in a
soggy
shitty
week on the
situation.
Nerdy Playbook.
that's right,
These episodes brought to you by Don't Drink the Water.
pretty much. All right. That being said, everybody have a fantastic night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Bye, Internet.